Film starts with 4 children named Sai, Noi, Jerd, and Tet. All of them go to a halt in the middle of the forest at a house. There was popular news about the house as it was enchanted by the soul. And it kills that person who visits here at night. Hearing it, Jerd makes fun of it. Then these kids play a game of hide and seek. Then Sai and Noi hide themselves in the same house. Sai notices a box in that house. Peeping inside it, she finds nothing. However, we notice a shadow of a head on Sai's backside. After many years, the same girl Sai is shown again who has grown up. Sai is sleeping on his bed at that time. Waking up, she sees the blood-stained bed. And she begins to clean it. Sai is dermatologist by profession. She is moving to hospital and meets his beloved Jerd. Jerd expresses his love and tries to inspire her. He asks Sai to come with him because there is no one in the hospital at that time. Meanwhile, a lady reaches there with her wounded child. Sai treats him immediately. That lady informs Sai that her neighbor's hens have been victimized by Krasue. And that lady's husband tells Sai and Jerd that some villagers had caught the sight of Krasue. Krasue is a ghost spirit which appears in nights and victimizes the night wanderers and animals. That lady suggests them to close their doors plus windows in order to protect from Krasue. Sai tells Jerd that she misses Noi as they leave. And Noi is the same kid who had visited in that house with Sai at that night. Sai tells that she even does not know where is he. When Sai is dining with her grandparents at night, she comes to know that her father is going to guard from Krasue tonight. One of Sai's friends teases her about Jerd and her marriage with him. When Sai is taking rest at night, she dreams of the forest house in Krasue. Waking up in the morning, she again finds the blood-stained bed. And it was more than ever before. All windows were opened and Sai had wounded body. Sai gets worried thinking of it. At the leaving time of hospital, Sai asks Jerd to come with her in that forest house. While moving to that house, they meet their childhood friend Noi. There is also a crowd with Noi who are the hunters of Krasue, and who frighten the villagers telling Krasue stories. They tell as Krasue firstly eats all the hens after proceed to victimize the cows, buffaloes and goats. And after them, they hunt humans to quench their hunger. The chief of Krasue hunters has brought the head of dead Krasue with him. He informs villagers that the water is also spelled due to Krasue's spitting. Any girl who drinks it will be transformed into Krasue. And in case of boy, his whole body has begun to ache. This severe pain takes his life. Hearing his story, villagers allow him to stay in village in terrible fear. And Sai arranges everything in hospital for Noi. While Jerd and his friend provide Noi some secondary needs as clothes. On the other side, Sai was feeling awkward. And she says to Jerd that she wants to go alone. Saying it, she walks alone. Waking up in the next morning, she again discovers the blood-stained bed and also vomits blood. And Sai knows that someone has eaten the buffalo after killing it. It was obvious, everyone's suspicion was on Krasue. Then Noi tells Sai that Jerd has also become the member of those hunters group. He explains to Jerd, they are wicked. Don't attach with them. But Jerd does not value Noi's words. And he says I have attached with this group for the protection of the villagers. Jerd visits Sai before going with the Krasue's hunters at night. He asks her to shut the doors and windows. Then Sai begins to feel awkward and severe pain. At first sight, Sai is transformed into Krasue. Here a fact comes on the surface that Sai was actually a Krasue. Her every night dream was not just a dream but based on the reality. The son of Sai's friend was disappeared at the same time. She moves to those Krasue hunters. And then Krasue who is Sai is seen flying in the air. And hunters start firing on her. Then Jerd brings that lady's son back. Krasue is observed by Noi when she is returning back. Chasing her, Noi notices that she has entered in the room of Sai. Peeping through window, he is left astonished knowing that Sai is in fact the Krasue. When Sai reaches at hospital next morning, she gets saddened not finding Noi there. Noi had known the reality of Sai, as a result he has galloped in fear. Sai is currently in need of assistance. Her best friend, on the other hand, deserts her. Noi has passed out from fear while walking into a shrine. He asks from monk about Krasue. He says that this ghost is living with humans for a long time but it is harmless, who uses black magic to cast spells. And their false way of enchantment have turned them into ghost. As a result, girls are transformed into Krasue while boys take the form of crane. Noi tells him that my closest friend is Krasue. Monk replies on it, don't take any emotional decision. You should decide by heart. Noi brings many dead hens for Sai when she is transformed into Krasue at night. Eating those hens, she does not move outside. Reaching at hospital next morning, Sai finds Noi there. She is pleased seeing him. After that, Noi used to bring many hens for Sai every night. So she does not feel need to go outside. Further, villagers are surprised because they have not seen Krasue even after a month. Jerd is still with those hunters. While Noi is searching for Krasue's remedy, Monk tells him about a plant named Krasue herb. Eating it, a Krasue begins to turn into a normal human. Sai is treating a child in the hospital. Coming there, Noi offers juice to Sai. Taking it, she puts it aside. That child girl takes the leftover juice of Sai and she is also turned into Krasue. Observing the transformation of child girl, her parents get upset. And they call the Krasue hunter. The chief of the Krasue hunters lures her of a dead lizard. When that child girl is entrapped, they put her into death and take her heart out. Ted asks from parents, when has she transformed into Krasue? They reveal she turned into Krasue after coming back from hospital. Now Ted suspects Sai as she is Krasue. Thinking on it, Sai is very upset as child girl has lost her life because of her. And she does not want to become the victim of these Krasue hunters like that child girl. Noi remains with Sai even at this moment and Sai requests him to go in forest with her, because Sai used to dream of that house every night. Ted notices Noi and Sai going there because he had kept an eye on them. Sai and Noi reach beside that house in that forest. And Sai gets that Krasue herb. Eating that herb, Sai feels comfort. Both are pleased because Sai will be released from that spell eating this herb. And she will stop hunting animals and peoples. Meanwhile Krasue hunters and Jerd also arrive there. When Jerd observes their closeness, he starts beating Noi, losing his temperament. On the other side, Sai escapes taking that herb. She is chased by all hunters. Sai reaches in that house and comes near that box. After stepping in, a flashback is revealed in her mind. As when they were playing hide and seek in their childhood. Sai was enchanted by that Krasue when she had hidden herself here. She also gets the knowledge of the catastrophe of Krasue. And Sai's memories are revived there. All hunters step into the house to kill her. Sai is outraged seeing them and turned into Krasue. She attacks on them one by one and finishes their two members. Hearing the gun fires, Jerd enters the house. He notices that Ted is about to shoot Sai, he stops him. But Ted attacks on Jerd after getting angry. Jerd is badly wounded and loses his consciousness. A terrible storm has burst out due to Krasue. Noi takes Sai from there. Villagers come to know next day that many Krasue hunter members have been killed. Villagers' bodies are also there among those dead people. Seeing them, villagers are outburst with anger. And then Ted reaches there taking wounded Jerd. Ted informs his parents that Krasue is responsible of his condition. He also reveals that Sai is in fact the Krasue. Hearing it, all villagers decide to kill Sai in the rude tone. And they run from there in anger. Noi becomes evident of their conversation and runs to Sai. Sai is feeling pain and also searches those herbs. Noi also feels the same pain because of their closeness. At last, he is also enchanted. Sai's father forbids villagers. In return, they say that they will burn Sai's house and also puts her into death. At the same while, Sai's father calls Sai outside the house. Eating that herb, Sai remains herself instead of Krasue. Ted is left astonished seeing her in her original state. He blames Sai for villagers' death and of being Krasue. On the contrary, Sai blames Ted and his companions that they had kidnapped her and tried to rape her. She says Jerd has saved me from their clutches. So Ted has to escape from there. Reaching in his house, Jerd sees that Ted is hidden there. Ted attacks on him. After being bitten, Jerd is also spelled and transformed into Crane. Ted himself was Crane, so he used to take the heart out of everyone after killing. There is a tangled story behind this, that Crane is actually a devil who is husband of Krasue. Once she falls in love with a human. Crane puts her into death by taking out the heart of Krasue. So there is burning fire of revenge in the heart of Crane from that day. Now Sai does not transform into Krasue because she continues to eat that herb every night. Jerd's condition was worsened. And his parents are worried seeing him. Ted burns all those plants, eliminating the remedy of Sai. They only have 2 herbs left, so they have no other option. Noi, too, is unable to locate this medication. Getting rid from such situation, Noi offers Sai to leave to Hong Kong with him. Sai moves to Jerd's house, but she is saddened finding him in such condition. Jerd tells her that I know you are Krasue. I knew it at that time when you forbade me to come with you. And I have seen you eating buffalo. That's why I joined the hunters group, so that I could protect you from villagers. Jerd insists Sai to stay with him. Noi is waiting for Sai after a complete preparation of escape. Then Sai is also ready to depart. But Sai's father arrives there and takes her at the place where villagers are present. He takes Sai there for her and villagers' safety and also preventing her from the label of Krasue. On the other side, Ted provokes Jerd saying that Sai is escaping with Noi and deceiving you. He continuously provokes Jerd. He is outraged and transforms into Crane. Sai's pain is also started. Suddenly, she is transformed into Krasue in front of everyone. Villagers are frightened and starts firing on her. Sai appears to take off in the direction of the forest. While attacking, they decide to burn Sai's body to get rid of Krasue. Further, Sai's father stops them from harming Sai. Meanwhile, Ted and Jerd, who are formed into Crane, also arrive there. Jerd catches Krasue. Noi reminds him the reality of Sai, who is now Krasue. So he may not harm her. Then Ted attacks on Sai with the aim to finish her. Jerd fights with Ted to rescue Sai. On the other side, villagers leave Sai's body wounded badly while beating. There is a great fight between Ted and Jerd. At last Ted takes Jerd's heart out, tearing him. Sai's father and Noi keep away the villagers from Sai's body. Monks arrives there as Ted is about to kill Sai. They put Ted into death, making him target. Monk asks Noi to reach at the bank of river with Sai's body. He does the same, and then Jerd's parents with some villagers pursue them. Reaching at the bank of river, Noi places Sai's body in the boat. At the same time, he is also saying to Sai that everything will be alright. We will lead to Bangkok where you will be recovered after treatment. Sai's body was severely injured, as seen, making it difficult for her soul to enter her body. Seeing the passionate love and faith of Noi, Krasue, which is actually a ghost spirit, starts shedding tears. It cuts the anchor rope of boat so that they may reach in Bangkok. On the other side, Noi is continuously crying because it is the time of separation of both. Meanwhile, Jerd's father fires a bullet at Sai. Noi, Sai's great beloved, witnesses Sai's death before his eyes and loses her forever. The film concludes with an unhappy ending. Thanks for watching and subscribe as it helps the channel.